Run! Damn. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
I love light gun games, and yes, today I'll be reviewing another one. In case you haven't seen it, my last video was on the great title Ghost Squad, but today I am bringing you something slightly different. This is The House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return for the Nintendo Wii. Let's begin with story.
No one's responding.
We're running out of time. Let's move out!
As you can probably guess, the House of the Dead series is about blasting away armies of the undead, but there is a little story hidden underneath all of the awesome action. In House of the Dead 2, you'll find yourself playing as Agent James Taylor and Agent Gary Stewart as you are dispatched to the chaotic and overrun city of Venice to find the missing Agent G and contain the city outbreak. Of course, you uncover a few deadly secrets about who is behind the whole ordeal and more, but I don't want to say too much as the story that's in the game is a bit cheesy but also fun to follow.
Can't wait any longer. You ready, Lisa?
I promised Mom that I'd bring him home. Let's go, G.
House of the Dead 3, though, also has its own contained story. The game takes place around 20 years after House of the Dead 2 and finds main characters Lisa and Agent G infiltrate a facility in order to discover the whereabouts of Lisa's father. And like in the previous game, you'll find out quite a few other interesting tidbits of information and face multiple challenges along the way. For me, story has never been too important in a light gun game, but having something to follow along to that is both interesting and quite playful is always an added bonus, and that's exactly what you'll get with the House of the Dead series, especially with 2 and 3. And with the inclusions of different endings, it's well worth playing the game multiple times through. But what about gameplay? That's what's most important in light gun games, right? Well, I can happily say that this package is awesome, but also quite difficult. Unlike Ghost Squad, that is somewhat easy, you best make sure you have good aim and even better reflexes, as House of the Dead can be quite unforgiving at times, and this is more true when facing bosses, as you'll really need to try your best not to miss any shots. Other than that, this is another crazy and fun on-rails shooter where you'll have to quickly dispatch tons of different enemies, shoot in-game objects for pickups and health items, and the usual findings of what you'd expect from a game like this and the genre. Don't be too put down about the difficulty of the game though, since using the Wiimote or even the Wii Zapper, which I used, to aim and shoot and reload is a breeze. You'll get the hang of it instantly, and you are also allowed to adjust the difficulty and amount of lives you can begin your game with, just in case you're not too experienced with the genre. Not only do you have the normal arcade variations of the two games, but each come with their own extra modes such as time attack, boss mode, and a few more. Now, luckily for me, I have had the chance to play both of these games growing up in the arcade multiple times, and from what I can remember, they have faithfully ported this game over. But with the added inclusions, being able to pick this game up for a cheap price is definitely worth it. Graphically, the two games look good, and I really do dig the style of each one. Of course, House of the Dead 2 is the oldest, and to some it may look outdated, but for me, it's got a timeless feel to it. As you would expect, each zombie has its own variation on what it could look like depending on what type of zombie it is, but do expect to see a few reoccurring undead, and the same goes for House of the Dead 3. The city you fight in regarding House of the Dead 2 has a very run-down kind of gothic feel to it, and you can definitely tell you're in a European setting when fighting through the streets. For House of the Dead 3, you'll mainly be seeing more modern looking locales like dark labs, hallways and more, but each location has a very dirty and disgusting feeling to it, which really does add to the atmosphere of the game. Violence is also beefed up for this sequel, and I'm sure that is all something we can appreciate. Now, there is one problem I did encounter, and I'm not sure if it's due to the graphical processing powers of the Wii or just the port itself, but there were a few instances when playing House of the Dead 3 only that I got some slowdowns. Nothing too crazy, but it was noticeable. Overall, House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return for the Nintendo Wii is a fantastic title for fans of the series or for those who love the genre like I do. Sure, House of the Dead 2 may look a little bit old, and yes, House of the Dead 3 can slow down in 1 or 2 instances, but this cheap game should give you many hours of fun, and if you can, please do play this game with a mate, as that will just boost the fun factor through the roof. Hey viewers, and thanks for watching my small review on House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return for the Nintendo Wii. Now, if you liked what you saw, then please do check the description down below to check out my playlist where you'll find reviews on other consoles and more. But, as always, I'm the Friendly Bro, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.